All right, this video is about finding your location. Of course, you want to make sure your demographics are good. You want to shoot somewhere from 60, I would actually be $70,000 a year above on household income. Your population right. You know, corporate can help you out with that. We can help you go over that, but making sure you find that right demographics. And then the next thing you need to do is look for a space. You can get a broker. There's some drawbacks that you get in a broker. There's some pros and cons. The pros are they're going to help you find a spot. The cons are the landlord has to pay that broker a fee for helping you do that. So if you don't have to have a broker, you can actually use some of that money the landlord had to pay to maybe go for 3 months or some TI money. So it's not hard to find a spot, but if you don't have the time to go out and do it, definitely get you a broker. Things you want to look for: karate studios and dance studios. Even if they're open, give them a call. Tell them you're looking for a space. Most of the locations like that are struggling and they're wanting out of their lease and they're afraid to get sued by the landlord. So they may really just say, "Hey, thank you for calling. I definitely want out of my lease." What's great about the locations, they're built out already. All you do is really go in, throw the flooring down, make a few changes, and you're ready to go. So check into that. You're looking for spaces anywhere from 25 square foot, 2,500 square foot and above. I've seen locations in 2,000 square foot and above. That's okay. Just know it's harder for you to grow because, you know, think big. When you go into this, always think big. You think small, you're going to be small. Think big, you're going to be big. So, you know, if there's a $500 to $600 difference between a 2,000 square foot spot and a 2,500 square foot spot, think big, go for it, because you want to have 200 members plus in your facility. If you go small, guess what? You're going to end up with a small location. So then you're tied in with a lease. It's going to be hard for you to grow. So make sure you get that spot nailed down. All right, so when you start negotiating with a landlord, a few things you want to look for. Of course, free months rent. You want to see if you can get as many as possible. We have gotten up to 6 months free rent. You want to make sure you get some TI money. Landlords are willing to give out TI money. That's tenant improvement money if you don't know what that is. So that will go toward your build out of your club. Flooring, walls, any electrical. Try to maximize the dollar so you can use it. You're usually, a landlord's going to be somewhere around $10 a square foot they'll give you for TI money. So make sure you try to get that. I don't mind looking over some leases with you if you want a second set of eyes, or even help negotiate, getting the LOI down, the letter of intent down to go toward the lease. A few things you need to look at inside a lease is your HVAC. Landlords don't like to replace them. They like to put it off on the tenant, and so make sure you get a warranty with it, at least 6 months. Make sure it's not, over 10 years old. Life expectancy of a heating and air system is somewhere between 15 to 20 years on a commercial use. You don't want to be caught in that facility and it go down and you're paying for the whole thing. Been there, done that. I'm never going to let it happen again to us. Make sure maybe you put a cap on repairs in your lease to where you're responsible for anything, $500 and below or $300 below. The landlord takes care of everything else. Of course, they're going to require you to maintenance it, make sure you change the filters and stuff, or a maintenance contract. So you definitely want to do that. So that's one big thing you want to look at. The other ones, just make sure you get a good square foot price. Not locked into a long lease. You have options to release afterwards. So I'll definitely help you out with that if I can. Don't have a problem with that. So very, very, very important. Once you find that location and you're in negotiations, you need to start building your list. Now there is a little issue because corporate will not let you have your website and will not let you have your Facebook page until you sign a lease. You can still use your personal Facebook page. You can go ahead and buy FitPro newsletter and start putting the ads out there to build your email list up. You need a good 6 to 8 weeks of building your email list. You want to at least try to get to 600 to 700 people on your list. If you get 600 to 700, that usually is going to yield you about 100 members starting out a location. So very important you start building that list as quickly as possible. I would suggest farming it out, getting somebody like Fit Autopilot to do it. Ollie, he's one of the owners, and I think he's in Australia. I'm not sure, but he provides that service also. It's a very complex. You've got to know what you're doing to get the maximum results out of Facebook advertising and your Sweets pages. So I definitely rely on, like I said, Fit Autopilot. They have a grand opening program that they have that works well. If you try to do it yourself, I've seen, just make sure you're savvy at it, because I've seen a lot of clubs not be successful not doing it themselves. They end up with 15, 20 members in their second month of opening, and you don't want to be there.